So, do you have any advice or insights to like would-be Web3 gaming founders right now? If there's like, one thing that they should focus on.
Number one, make it all about the gamer, right? No matter what, doesn't matter what you're building, a massive project like off the grid, or what you're building a little niche product. It has to be all about the gamer. One, two, very important. There's runway extenders and there's runway shorteners,
Hmm.
right? Make sure you get rid of as many runway shorteners as possible and put in as many runway extenders as possible. Last but not least, understand your unit economics, right? You need to know exactly how much each customer acquisition will cost you. You need to know exactly how much each customer will bring you over the life of that account. And you need to make sure that you spend less than you take in.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Crowdcreate podcast, where we bring on thought leaders across multiple industries, this time including Web3, crypto, and gaming to share valuable insights to help you grow your own business. So, Theo, would love for you to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me here, Jeff. Theodore Agranat, Director of Web3 at Gunzilla. I've been a serial entrepreneur since 1998, found Web3 and crypto specifically in 2012, started a family office in 2021, found Gunzilla towards the end of 2021, went full-time Gunzilla earlier this year. Prior to that, was an advisor and core team part-time, and now only focused on Gunzilla.
I love it. Theo, so I first know you as a crypto VC investor. And let me go ahead and pull this up. I've known of you because, you successfully ran a crypto VC fund and then you were featured on CNBC, right? Do you still currently live in Puerto Rico?
That is correct. Yeah, I do live in Puerto Rico, and just to correct, it's family office, not a VC fund, but yeah, family
Okay,
office.
family office. And so, I know you were mentioned here in this article about, Puerto Rico, the crypto craze. So, yeah, fill us in on what it's like to run a family office, investing in these projects, and you just as an angel investor, kind of what you look for, and what it's like on your side to be writing checks into projects, finding the ones that could become the next unicorn.
Well, let me preface everything by saying that my investment thesis has changed significantly since finding and starting to work full time with Gunzilla. I stopped investing. Let's start with that. And the next time I will invest is when we start onboarding project to the Gunzi ecosystem, other games to the Gunzi ecosystem. That's going to be the next time my family office and myself will start investing. Until that time, I'm not writing any checks. However, having said that, I did spend, years of writing checks into startups. And what I usually look for, really what I primarily look for, especially having been an operator myself since 1998, is a good team. What makes a good team, right? It can either be someone that already has built something like that before, so they have the necessary experience, the necessary skills, or it has to be someone that is just incredibly passionate, incredibly hardworking, and incredibly humble, right? Not paying themselves a high salary and things like that, and really bootstrapping something that they believe in. That is also, a very, very potentially at least attractive investment. But beyond that, what is really important is that folks have a good sense of business, right? The target audience, product market fit, unit economics, how did they get to revenues, how did they get to profitability, which of course is a dirty word in Web3, right? How dare you talk about revenues and profits, right? It's all about users and adoption. But no, right? I really do think that the projects that focus on revenues and sustainability and profits tend to, have a high likelihood of succeeding than ones that purely focus on user adoption and, oh, we'll just airdrop a bunch of tokens, we'll generate a bunch of on-chain activity, and that's going to get us then to success. Well, no, that's not the case, and many projects have proven that to be false. So that's in a nutshell, right? What I look at.
I love it. How many crypto projects have you invested in your career?
Too many, too many. But it's been hundreds. It's been hundreds.
Hundreds of crypto projects. Wow. And so you've seen some projects like how many X, like what was your biggest, to be that early on and have that foresight?
So I don't want to name names that are really relevant,
Yes.
but
Yeah. Keep it,
yeah,
can keep it
we
confidential.
we
Mhm.
did have 1,044x as our
Wow.
biggest X. We had a bunch of 200 plus X's. We had a lot of solid 10 X's, But again, the Web3, very, very risky. We had also a bunch of, drops 95% after launch, X's, 0.1 X's, 0.05 X's. So plenty of those as well. And like I said, I can't emphasize enough, and I'll dive into that probably, over the next couple of questions. But uh, I currently do not invest in anything in Web3 except for, my Gunzilla investment that I did, and I do not plan to invest anything until Gunzilla opens up the ecosystem, because I finally, right, found a company that focuses only on user experience and only on revenues and only on solid unit economics and only on, how do you
Wow.
generate a profit and build a sustainable long-term business that's going to be around for decades to come, and actually goes mainstream, right? Instead of just providing a service or a product to other crypto projects that are also funded by crypto VCs, that are then also funding other projects, that are also servicing other crypto projects, and so on and so forth. Right? It's a very kind of a little bit of a vicious circle of that investment money just keeping staying in one circle and keeping going from company to company, from one project that services another project that services another project, and all of that paid for by investor money.
Nice. So, do you have any advice or insights to like would-be Web3 gaming founders right now? If there's like, one thing that they should focus on, or even just like some kind of tactical, like not the broad-based stuff that everyone hears, but like what specifically can they do to kind of have the best chance of a 1000x?
I like sustainable businesses that are built for the long term and that can continue providing a good value to whoever the target audience is. But in terms of advice for folks building games, number one, make it all about the gamer, right? No matter what, doesn't matter what you're building, a massive project like Off the Grid, or what you're building a little niche product, it has to be all about the gamer. One, two, very important. There's runway extenders and there's runway shorteners, right? Make sure you get rid of as many runway shorteners as possible and put in as many runway extenders as possible. You won't believe how many teams I see where the founders or the whole executive team are paying themselves, 30 grand a month, 20 grand a month, just
Wow.
absurd amounts, that all from investor capital, under the pretense of, yeah, but if I was gonna get a job in the Bay Area, I'd be getting twice as much, blah 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 blah, blah, whatever nonsense. Well, massive runway shorteners, you're more likely than not going to succeed in business in general, let alone in Web3. And last but not least, understand your unit economics, right? You need to know exactly how much each customer acquisition will cost you. You need to know exactly how much each customer will bring you over the life of that account, and you need to make sure that you spend less than you take in. That's it. It's very, very simple math. And I know that in Web3, a lot of companies are trying to kind of build a whole new next amazing, financial innovation. But we've worked this out over hundreds of years. I mean, thousands of years ago, we were trading, eggs for sheep's wool, and you can't trade eggs for air, right? So there has to be some value delivered in return that is tangible, and traditional businesses have figured out a way to do that. And I think while there's a lot of innovation in Web3 that is absolutely unique and awesome and fantastic, I think the business side of things, Web3 companies should spend a lot of time, or more time at least, learning from traditional businesses of how to build a sustainable business that is based on revenues and profits.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, in my experience, after seeing thousands of these Web3 crypto NFT projects, the one thing that I did notice was that there was always a highly charismatic CEO or founder that was almost always willing to take a call. And they would be speaking in Hong Kong, Australia, Dubai to the US. And I was like, wow, how does this person even sleep? But their ability to find the best talent, whether it's like engineering talent, whether it's business development, whether it's even top tier VCs, and that one person was really able to pull them in, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, and I've seen, and I see that with Gunzilla because I see your name across headlines all over the place, from top tier publications to top tier podcasters and even the media, and you've really attracted top tier talents, even like yourself, like you went from being a crypto angel investor to now getting pulled in to be Gunzilla full time, all in. That's fantastic, and so definitely cheering you on. Putting Gunzilla on the map. Anything in closing from the angel investing side of things before we move over to Gunzilla and just highlighting everything that you're doing there?
Well, I'll just respond first to your statement, and that is to say that Gunzilla has that effect on people. We had numerous folks, right, that joined the project full time after being exposed to it for a while. You know, with Christian Sullivan from Republic Capital that went full time Gunzilla. You know, myself went full time Gunzilla, and even in the beginning stages of Vlad Korolev and Alexander Zoll starting the project, you know, they attracted such massive, you know, talent. Neil Blomkamp joined the project as a co-founder, right? The chief visionary, kind of genius film director behind such hits as District 9, Chappie, Elysium with Matt Damon, and last year Gran Turismo with Orlando Bloom. Richard Morgan is part of the team. He wrote Altered Carbon, which was turned later on to an award-winning Netflix show by the same name. So it's not just me; it's just this massive pull that this ecosystem generates in terms of this massive gravity attracting people and pulling people into the ecosystem to build like the coolest thing I've ever seen for sure.
I love that.